Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. So today we're going to be talking about how to say no. Okay, so let's just jump right into the video. Okay, so I just want to start off with saying that saying no to people is not mean. You're not wrong. Okay, I feel like we always get so caught up in trying to please other people, and then we feel like we're going to upset a person. And you have to start off by thinking to yourself, it's okay. You're not doing anything wrong. Especially if you're doing it for your own good. Yourself. It's called self-care. You know what I mean? You're caring for yourself before others. If you don't truly want to do a specific thing, you don't have to do it. Okay, so you have to be prepared of others' reactions also. So going in with saying no to someone, be prepared for their reactions, especially if you know how a certain person is, right? If you know that they're going to be upset because you said no to them, be prepared for that so that you don't fold under pressure with them trying to convince you to change your no into a yes. And also remember to stick with your decision. Now, if you already have your mind made up on something, there's a reason for that. Don't start switching up, your decision on something because of how another person is reacting to your decision. You have to take a step back from your emotions and care for yourself. So, with that being said, don't feel bad. Like those emotions that you get when you are feeling like you're going to upset someone, you need to put those emotions to the side. You need to put in front of you what matters to you, what is good for you. And you have to take a look at your own personal limits. So, with that being said, that is, you have to know when to say no. You have to know what's right for you. And when you're answering someone's question, or if they're asking you to do a specific thing, you need to, when you answer, if it's a yes or no, and what the topic is about is saying no, if you're going to say no, do not beat around the bush answering this person's question and giving them the answer that they need to, get from you. So if it's a no, don't beat around the bush like, I don't know, like maybe like I have to do this and I'm not sure, like I'll think about it. No, if you truly in your heart feel you don't want to do something, it should be straight up like, no, I'm sorry, that's just not my thing. I'm good. That's not what I want to do. I'm sorry. If you want to add I'm sorry in it, just to be polite, respectful, to, just don't cause any problem in that situation that you're in. And also remember, no is hard to say because it's hard to hear. And that's with the human person, right? We don't want to ever hear no. So it's hard for us to say no, right? Because you know that if you say no to a person, in your mind, you're like, oh, this person's going to be upset with me. And because that's how I would feel if someone said no to me. So you have to start to remember to yourself that also you have to accept someone's no also. If you want to be known as a person that's not going to take people telling you what to do and trying to change your mind or anything like that, then you have to be that person also. So therefore, the point of me saying this is, when someone says no to you, you have to be understanding. If you want someone to be understanding towards your no and your decisions, you also have to be that way. Because we always feel like rejecting someone's, invitation to come out somewhere or just anything, right? You feel like you're going to hurt them by saying no. And like I said, there's so many different things that this can basically go towards. You have to remember to set your boundaries. Now, if you don't set your boundaries, people are going to run over top of you. Like, believe me, because it's happened to me. I was always a person that would always, I was a yes person, right? Yes, 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 yes. I was a people pleaser. And when you're a people pleaser, it's so hard for you to say no to people, right? And you have to get out of that, because if you don't get out of that, people are going to view you as this type of person that they can run all over. And now your boundaries are set so low because this is how you were presenting yourself. So instead of presenting yourself with the type of person that you are being, with this being a people pleaser, you need to set your boundaries higher. Therefore, once you continue to be this person with boundaries that are set high, people are going to now realize, okay, she's not going to just say yes like how she used to, or he's not going to say yes like how he used to. Now he's like, she has these boundaries where it's like, you don't know what this person's going to say, how they're going to react. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I was always the type of person where people viewed me like, yeah, I know she's going to do it if I convince her to. No, you don't want to be that type of person, because that type of person is weak, right? Especially when you know yourself that you don't want to do a specific thing, or whatever the circumstance is. And you need to remember why you're saying no for the future references, like for future references. Know why you're saying no, so that in the future, whatever the situation is, you want to stick with why you said no in the past with certain things. Because there can be times where, say, if you're going, a friend asks you if you want to go out, and that night you don't want to go out, right? So you say no, but then there's another night that comes up, they ask you, and maybe you want to go out. This is not that type of situation I'm talking about. The type of situation that I'm talking about with remembering why you said no is someone convincing you to try to do something that you actually never want to do, right? Like, for instance, you've never drank alcohol before, right? So they're trying to convince you. One day they're trying to convince you, like, just try it. You're like, no. They're like, okay, boom. Then the next time y'all hang out, they're like, are you ready to try it? Like, come on, it's not that bad. You know, peer pressuring you to do something, remembering why you are saying no. And like I said, that could be for multiple things. Also, you need to remove people that are making you feel wrong for the decisions that you are making, because sticking around with these type of people are only going to bring you down, because now they're trying to make decisions for you. And I've said this in another video before, you need to remove people that are trying to make the decisions for you. You're the only person that should be making your decisions. And if you find a person in your life that is constantly trying to make your decisions for you, or peer pressure you into doing things, or whatever the case may be, you need to remove those people. Because if you told them once, you told them twice, you told them 3 times, now that's just, it's like, at this point, it's going to continuously keep happening until you show this person, you know what, I can't do it with you anymore. You are dragging me down mentally, because you're making me feel like I'm not right with my decisions that I'm making, and that's not fair to a person. A lot of people don't want to say no because they want to avoid conflict or confrontation, all that, you know, like just any of that. But you have to understand something. These people are not as important as you are, right? Yourself, you have to take care of yourself and your well-being before other people. So regardless, if a person, first of all, like I just said, if a person is upset about the decision that you're making, like I said, they gotta go, right? So it's just a lot of times that we don't say no because we want to avoid those things. But if we are going through that continuously with a specific person or people, whatever, that's when you know that person has to go. You can't let these people drag you down. You can't let these people make your decisions. They gotta go. It's harder to say no when our reasons for doing so seem unimportant, right? So, for instance, someone asks you, do you want to go out? Do you whatever? And you think to yourself, well, I do have to wash my clothes, or I do want to take a nap, or I do need to just wash a few dishes, right? in your mind, you're thinking that, but you're like, it's not that important. I guess I'll just go out. So you don't say no. You're just like, okay. But when realistically, these reasonings, regardless of how small they are, they're still very important because it's for you. It's for yourself. And especially if you don't really want to go, don't make excuses for other people. Period. You don't want to let these people take advantage of you because, like I said, they will do it and do it and do it and do it and do it until you say, no, we're done here. We're not doing this. Until you start sticking up for yourself, people are going to take advantage of you, and then you're now unhappy mentally because you're now feeling like you're being ran all over. You have to understand saying no is not always a bad thing, okay? And honestly, I don't really feel like it's necessarily ever bad, especially if it's benefiting you. You have to start saying no even though you don't want to. So even if it's like deep in your heart, you're like, oh, it aches. I don't want to say no because I'm going to feel bad. You have to. Put in your mind, if I don't say no, this person is going to always do this to me, or I'm going to be unhappy because I'm not saying no because I'm trying to make other people happy. So now I'm unhappy because of the decision that I made trying to make these other people happy, right? Think for your mental health first. If you don't, you're going to always be down here. Your boundaries are always going to be low, and you don't want to live that way because you're never going to ever be able to make your own decisions, especially if you're around these type of people, and especially if you're not thinking for yourself, just period. You're not going to be able to get far. Okay, so I hope that helped most of you guys, all of you guys. That is all I have for you guys today, and thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a blessed day.